so happy we alive.
Every day I hear him on the radio, I hear people ask me about him. He's still around. He opted for immortality, and that's what he got. That's what he created. And it's pretty amazing to me to think that, you know, how long is it, 20 years or something? And I'm still living with this guy. It's like he hasn't died, he's still around.
The reason why he's still popular and still huge, it wasn't the marketing of it, it was because he was a genius.
Jimi Hendrix comes once in the history of the world. He was an amazing man, you know, wonderful talent. And you can still hear it on the CDs, and that's why they're still selling their millions, of course, because he had that exceptional talent, you know, which you find once in a lifetime. Along they come, away they go.
A lot of the old blues guys really liked Jimmy when he played like around the Isley Brothers and those guys. They loved him because they made him look good and sound good because he was coming with a new fresh sound. I believe Jimmy was basically driven out of Harlem because the level of acceptance was very, very low. People looked at him like not only his appearance, he was always changing his appearance, but also his music was not totally acceptable in the black community.
The Curtis Knight thing was finishing and the Greenwich Village was starting.
It was a tremendous opportunity to be in the right place at the right time because it's in the middle 60s. The music scene in New York was awesome. You know, the Village was smoking.
The savage soldier sticks his head inside.
Dylan and Joan Baez were at the Gertie's Folk City in the Four Winds. Blues Project was at the Cafe Go-Go. Frank Zappa was at the Garrick Theater. Lemon Spoonful were at Village Music Hall. In that 3-block area, there was more music and more excitement going on than any place that I know.
So there was a bit of life going on in the Village, and Jimmy was playing at Cafe Noir, and also Jimmy continued to panhandle. He would play the guitar on the street in Greenwich Village.
My friend Ben Applebaum came over and said, "Man, there's this guy playing at the Cafe Watt, and he's playing this stuff off your So Many Roads album, better than you, man." And I went, whoa. So I went over between sets and I was introduced to Jimi Hendrix, who was at that time called himself Jimmy James. And he was phenomenal. And it was just incredible to watch this guy play. It's hard to describe. He played at the guitar, on the guitar, around the guitar, through it. I mean, it's almost as if the instrument wasn't even there.
They loved him. When he went down there, they loved his music, and he started building a following.
He was playing in the Village at the Cafe Wall, and Linda Keith came to Charles Chandler and said, "You got to see this guy. You know, he's really good."
So I arranged to meet Linda the next afternoon, and we went down the Cafe Wall in Greenwich Village, and Jimmy was there. Hey Joe! The first song Jimmy played was "Hey Joe." It was like, you know, I wasn't really conscious of the rest of the act.
Jimi Hendrix was on the show with me at the Cafe Go-Go in 1966. And after our last set, Jimmy came back to me and said, "I've been offered an airplane ticket and some money to go over and record in England." And I said, "Well, listen, it's about time."
I didn't just see a guy that was the best guitar player I'd ever seen. I saw a guy in this flea pit in Greenwich Village that was selling like hell on stage. Hey, Joe!
Queen's Road, Chelsea on a Saturday morning. Now this is where all the young and fashionable people are coming, walking up and down, going into the small coffee bars which abound here and all the new boutiques. What type of jacket is this? It's a beautiful one. This is a Hussar's. It's more or less an antique piece.
What I remember most about the day that Jimi Hendrix arrived in London was Ronnie Money coming up to my room and saying, "Hey Kathy, you should see this guy downstairs, he looks like the wild man of Borneo." We walked in and Jimmy was jamming with some group that was playing down there, and the whole place was silent and everyone was absolutely stood still.
I saw a master guitar player, I saw the best guitar player I'd ever seen in my life. As I say, it doesn't sound like the Rolling Stone that had sort of gone in one ear and out the other with me. He could deliver it. He actually said, if I go to England with you, can you introduce me to Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton? That was the only question he asked. Oh yeah, he also asked what were the amplifiers like in England.
I went along to see Hendrix at Blazes. It was unbelievable, great. It was like a bomb being blowing up in the right place. And he comes up with his guitar like round the wrong way and this kind of military jacket, you know, and just blew the place wide open, great stuff. And I just went away from there thinking I better think of something else to do. And I went in and saw him playing, was completely floored, you know. I could see that, you know, he was doing a lot of guitar up against the amp and all that sort of stuff, which I had felt were very precious trademarks. He was taking them and doing something else with them.
The stage was set for Jimmy, really. I mean, it could have been anyone, but it had to be him, you know, because London was just coming into a kind of really heavy soul thing. The blues boom was dying and it needed someone to bring it all back to life and sort of cement it together.
First time I encountered Jimi Hendrix and his music was in late 1966 when he appeared on the last but one edition of a trailblazing British TV show called Ready Steady Go. He was doing Hey Joe, and I just thought, this is the music I always wanted to hear. It's got everything I love about blues, everything I love about rock, and everything I love about soul, all happening at once.